at 2. Season 3, episode 17. We are vibing on Taurus alignments. It is Taurus season. I am a Taurus sun, so I'm absolutely feeling the grounded growth that my season always brings me. And just wanting to share some of that and ways to tend to your garden. It is such a powerful time to tend to your garden. Taurus is all about the earth elements and Venus ruled, tapping into ways to stabilize and ground your sanctuary, your heart, your hearth, thinking about finances, thinking about relationships, love, self-love, all of the Venus ruled alignments as Venus does rule Taurus. Peace, Queen Roni. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining the live. Appreciate you. Welcome, IG. Welcome, YouTube. We are here. Another Tuesday tea at 2. No retrogrades in the skies until May 4th. So y'all just tap in to the very accelerating energy, the expansive energy that no retrogrades does provide. Retrogrades are very powerful and potent for us when we do want to kind of slow down and tap into the reflection, retreat, to review and redo and all of these things, right? But when there is that moment of clear skies and no retrograde energy, it's kind of where we don't want to stop and be stagnant and hesitate and question and ponder too much and make ish happen, make things move, especially since we have taken the time to review and redo and revisit and revise and all of that. It's like if we're in that reflection mode, we can't stay there for too long, right? So when there is those rare moments of just fast and fabulous, don't hesitate. Make it happen. Make these moments count. It's especially powerful when we are in an alignment that is Venus ruled in Taurus season, because it is again about tending to our garden. It's about the action work, about what it is that we're actually doing to tap into the energy of planting seeds, plucking weeds and things that we want to make space for, to actually come through for our manifestations and to define our destiny. We can't just let things just fall into our lap. We have to put ourselves in alignment, okay? So we tapping in yesterday's Momentum Monday motivation quote was, I activate my ancient ancestry. So when we tap into our ancient ancestry, yes, we are in the mode, we are who we are, it is who we are, but the energy of activating it is action oriented. What are you doing to activate your ancient ancestry? That can be tapping into your altar and speaking names. That could be pouring libation. That can be working in a literal garden and watering your garden, getting your hands in the ground and tapping into the earth, into the soul, getting your bare souls into the soil to ground and elevate your soul, right? So I am caretaking a community garden literally 2 minutes from my place, and I just remember manifesting a garden space because I always used to have my own. And then in my previous apartment I had a little balcony and I was able to do a whole bunch of little things on my balcony because I'm just a gardener. I get that from both my parents, green thumb, the whole nine. And I just wanted a garden again, and I didn't get to really have that in this new space. So I literally been walking this whole different way every single time that I'm out. And one day Spirit just is like early March, Spirit was like, walk down this way. I've never walked down this particular street. All of my stores are up this way, but Spirit's like, go down this way. So I was like, let me just go down. And literally I crossed the street of my corner, the next block, there is this immaculate, and this was in March when it was still cold and things weren't growing yet, and it was still so beautiful, this garden. Huge, expansive garden. And I just took the number down, was reaching out, trying to get in touch with who's in charge. And then on Earth Day, I walked by because I'm like, if there is a chance that it's open, that somebody's there, that I can speak to, that I can at least also just go in and ground my feet on Earth Day and just get my hands in some soil on Earth Day, it would be everything. And it's exactly what happened. And I met the person in charge, and I am literally like assisting her now. And I have access to the garden anytime I want. And I'm like doing morning keep and doing all the watering and literally watering the soil and watering my soul, doing my water affirmations every time I am like literally pouring libation over Earth Mother. It is like everything. And as a Taurus who just loves the earth and loves nature, back to natural is my brand after all, to be able to do this while I'm barefoot every day, if the weather permits, since Earth Day has been so incredibly expansive. And to again be doing it during Taurus season, going into my solar return on May 7th with this alignment of manifesting this garden and to have access anytime, like it's just such a dream come true. And it's just these little things that are so major that is very powerful to happen again during no retrogrades in the sky. It's like, make it happen, make it happen. Iya Wilhelmina, thank you for joining my live. How are you, Iya? Ashe, give thanks. Beautiful gathering we had. Sister Studio, y'all. Incredible, incredible. Iya, mother, artist, assemblage, and all of the awesomeness that she does and creates in Harlem and around the world, really. So please do follow Sista Studio, Sistaah Studio, so that you can see her incredible work. And she had an amazing gathering celebrating cancer survivors as she is 131 years, right, Iya? Of cancer survival. And we were celebrating and honoring the warriors and, just the trials and tribulations through the alignments and the energies that surround what we go through in life and what we conquer in life. And it was just so incredible to be a part of that community and to be able to hear everyone's stories. And oh my goodness, thank you, Iya. It was amazing. And I got to lead in singing Lean on Me, because the whole message too was about leaning on each other, about asking for help. And so many times we don't ask for help and we're going through things alone, and we isolate ourselves and then wonder why we feel alone, and we don't have to do it, So thank you for having me. It was such an honor, such a pleasure. Mwah! I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Incredible. And all of this is again about tending to our gardens, right? And our garden, you don't have to have a literal garden. Like, I'm so grateful to be able to have a literal garden. We are our gardens, right? And we tap into ancestral alignment and we tap into Ifa, right? Iya and I, we follow the Yoruba faith, Ifa. Isheshe, and we tap into the forces of nature, and you get to say the forces of nature are your parents. Like, it's everything. And you get to say that just by tapping into the wind, even if you don't know that's Oya. You get to tap into the ocean, even though you don't know that that's Yemoya. You get to tap in to the thunder and the lightning, even though you don't name it Shango the way that we do. Like, all of these things, and Ozain. And when you tap in, and every time I'm here with y'all, I give thanks to Baba Ozain, the Orisha of everything that is green and grows, with every herb that we tap into, every cup of tea that you drink, you are drinking in an Orisha that is about healing and is about the earth and is about the herbs and about the plant medicine. And when you know, but even when you don't know, it is done. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So just know that you are not separate from these energies, whether you can speak their names or not. But when you can and when you do, my goodness, my goodness. So this is why I'm here. This is why I do this. This is why I share. And at the end of the day, just do what feels right for you. But get your bare souls into some soil to ground and elevate your soul, my people. The soil and the soul are one. There is no separation in that. And anything that you can do to pour libation, to sprinkle a little bit of water on the earth, if you have plants in your house, tap into that and just give that watering. Pour where you are watered and pour into yourself. Taurus season, no retrogrades, powerful energy to make things happen, to define your destiny. It is written, it is done. But we've got to say, we are co-creating and co-curating this experience, this three-dimensional experience. We are in this game of life, but we're programmers, we're not players. Remember and remind yourself of that every day. And the best way to remember and remind yourself of that every day is in the things that you do and say and think and feel that are in alignment. So there's no dissonance between your thoughts and your feelings and your words and your deeds. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in the action of it. It's in what it is that you get to choose every single day. That is such a gift. It is such a gift. So tap in. Our Taurus new moon was on the 27th, so I'm still activating. I'm still in that energy. Again, going into my solar return on the 7th. I'm very excited about it. Scorpio full moon is on the 12th, which is our flower moon. So when we tap into Bloom Brew, I was got to get my little plug on Bloom Brew, because y'all need to know, because it is all about making room to bloom. this energy, everything that we are, everything that is coming through, it is already in us. We just got to make space for it. There's so much that we need to discard. Again, that is the plucking weeds before we plant seeds. You're not trying to be planting your seeds among all of these weeds. You know what I'm saying? Because the weeds are going to take over what it is that you're actually trying to grow, or it's not going to grow at all. So you got to get rid of, you have to remove the debris and the delusion and the dilemma and the doubts and all of these things that are illusions to begin with, in order for what is meant and what is already to be able to trickle to the top, to help everything rise into place. Nothing is falling. It is only up from here. Just make the space. Just make the space. Ashe, Queen Roni. See that? Ashe, ashe, oh. Peace, peace. Oh, he is in her garden now. What an honor. You see what I'm saying? Oh, incredible. So right. I'm going soon as this live is done. That is exactly where I'm going. Queen Valerie, how are you? Thank you for joining the live. Welcome, welcome. I see y'all on YouTube as well. I'm gonna have to scan these comments because there's so many more trolls talking all kinds of ish on YouTube. Oh, Queen Tony Taylor's on YouTube this time though. Yay, I'm glad that I scanned. Hi, Queen Tony Taylor. Thank you for joining, sister. Thank you, thank you. So Steve, hey Steve, welcome. Don't weeds add shade for the plants too? Sometimes, because we could even think about our trees, right? So in my garden, I have a lot of trees. I've got a cherry tree, I have an apple tree, I have a eastern redbud tree. So it provides a lot of the shade that's necessary, but too much shade across the board, right? When we think about shade, right? Too much shade is never good, just like too much sun is never good. It's about finding the balance. The problem with the weeds, however, is that they're often invasive, and it's about the roots. It's not so much about what the coverage is. So if the roots are growing too much in what it is that you're growing and that you actually want to thrive, the weeds will take over what it is that you actually want to grow. So you do have to be mindful. Certain things like mugwort, which I love, and I harvest all of my mugwort. Very, very alignment in terms of divination, in terms of bringing your manifestations that much quicker. I should have actually shown you guys my, I wrap my mugworts for burning. So it's awesome for burning. So I make my own smudge sticks with mugworts, and it's invasive. Like anywhere in New York, you walk the streets, you are going to find mugwort. Harvest that stuff. Like I'm telling you, harvest it. I don't drink it per se, but it is really good for lucid dreaming. So people do make tea with it and drink it and such. So it's totally up to you, but burning it is enough. I boil it like a tea, but I put it in a spray bottle and just kind of spray around my place and stuff, and it's my hands when I'm doing readings, just tapping in, and again, just to bring that energy of magic and manifestation and augmenting it into your space again, especially when there are no retrogrades in the sky, because again, everything is accelerated. So mugwort is awesome for that, but again, it does end up taking over a lot of your plants, so you do have to remove them. Dandelions, but dandelion root is amazing and perfect for detox. So you can take your weeds and actually use it for medicinal purposes, but just remove it from the ground where you want something else to grow instead. And that's not just in terms of weeds, right? You're just learning, and as you learn about gardening, plants and herbs like peppermint, for example, are also invasive in the sense of they will take over your garden. So it's better to plant peppermint in a potted plant, in a potted, potted soil or whatever the case is, because you can plant peppermint all the way on the left side of your garden, and next year you find a peppermint on the right side of your garden. You're going, how did you do that, right? So when things like that happen, it can override and take over certain things that you want to grow. So it's just about that and learning and making it make sense. But weeds have their place, absolutely, but you just want to make sure that they're not taking over, and weeds do have a tendency to take over. So whatever you want to grow instead, you may want to pluck the weeds. I'm all about the plucking weeds before planting seeds, because if I'm planting something, that means it's my priority and my intention for that thing to grow. So whatever's there first, it's just like we think about the things that are in us that we don't necessarily want to thrive. We've got to remove them before we expect the more in store. You got to take it away. You got to clear it out. This decluttering, right? It's all about the declutter. So that's that. I hope that answers your question. Wasn't really your message there, Steve, but that's how I feel it. That's how I look at it. So welcome. I see you, King Calvin. Thank you for joining. ATJ Design, thank you for joining as well on the gram. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. So, what else? What else? Am I missing anything on YouTube? I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Okay, if I missed anybody, but I'm trying to keep it moving. But constructive comments only, please and thank you. But you can say what you want. But I'm just saying, if you want me to read it out loud, I'm only gonna read the constructive comments. I'm not doing the hateration vibes. We don't do that over here. We don't do that. It's high vibes only over here. So I give thanks to you all. I give thanks to Baba Ozain, the Orisha of everything that is green and grows. Asheo. We are tapping into Hyssop this week. So as I mentioned, for the next 7 weeks, which started 3 weeks ago, this is week 4 of Tuesday Tia 2, that I am giving the highlight for the 7 flowers / herbs that are in Bloom Brew. So we are on week 4, Hyssop. And hyssop is very medicinal. It is very protective. If you reference the Bible and a lot of spiritual texts, you will come across hyssop as being this like coverage of protecting you against negative energy, of the declutter, of the plucking weeds energy, of the urge to purge, of the feel it to heal it, face it to replace it, all of those vibes. Hyssop is an internal, external, complete detox. You can drink it for the internal. You can put it in a spray bottle. You can make it in a floor washer to clean your house. Do that with the mugwort as well, just to, again, bring in the divination aspect of things. But with hyssop, you can also put it in a bucket when you're in the shower, put it in your bath, pour it over yourself head to toe, and just give yourself like that full detox internally, externally. Very powerful stuff. So naturally, it's in my Bloom Brew because we are making room to bloom, okay? 'Tis the season, it is spring season. It is all about the bloom, baby bloom. And again, we're going into our Scorpio full moon on the 12th of May, which is our flower moon. So perfect alignment again for Bloom Brew vibes. And just another message in regards to that, if you did not get a little taste of Bloom Brew and you are in Brooklyn, New York, I am going to be doing another tea tasting at Bailey's Cafe on Friday. So this Friday coming up, please join me. Bailey's does a monthly pop-up every first Friday of the month. Awesome vendors, amazing community, and I'm there and with Queen Cat, and we share with everybody there. Give thanks to Stephanie of Bailey's Cafe, who is just so beautiful, so gracious, so loving, so warm, and opens up her space to us vendors to share our sacred service. So I will be there on Friday, 5 to 8 p.m. with some samples of a Bloom Brew and naturally some to sell. So if you would like to try you some, you should come. If you want to try you some, you should come and take a little taste. And yes, I did give Ia some of my tea and she says it was delicious. Enjoy. I'm doing sachets now as well, so that way you can kind of customize it the way that you want. So the 7 herbs are in there, and then you can just, I actually include little, tea bags that you can kind of take a tablespoon, pop it in, steep it yourself, add how much sugar you want. I just sweeten with agave in the actual brew that I, put in bottles and stuff. I'm doing little pouches now too. It's a whole thing. It's magical. I have to start doing like reels and like really walk y'all through how to really maximize your experience with Bloom Brew, because it's a whole thing from making it to drinking it and the speaking the affirmation. Yeah, make sure you say, I make room to bloom. With every sip, if you want, I make room to bloom. Ashe. And make the room. So that's that. Tapping into obsidian, black obsidian, to align with hyssop. Because again, hyssop is like the protective herb. Black obsidian. Talk about protection. Talk about warding off negative energy, spirits, alignments, energies, entities, the whole 9. You make sure you walk with some black obsidian. Left pocket, ideally, and make sure that you are coverage all across the board. Black obsidian is our alignment for hyssop. And Divine feminine energy is the name of the game these days, especially when we're tapping into Taurus season because it is Venus ruled. And it is about giving yourself permission to receive, giving yourself permission to be everything that you already are, ultimately, and giving yourself permission to step into your full alignment. Everything it is already done, it is already written, but if you don't believe it so, then it cannot grow. This is again why tending to your garden is so powerful and so potent and so important, because that's the best way to honor God, to honor our ancestors, to honor our Orisha, whoever you believe in. The best way to give that reverence, to give that energy of offering, is to give the reverence and offering to yourself, because we are the physical manifestations of these intangible energies. Ultimately, we are the gift. We are our own gifts. God gave us ourselves and each other. So when you honor yourself, when you love on yourself, when you love others, when you do unto others as you would have them do unto you, but you do unto yourself how you want to be done, it is done. Then it is done. And everything comes into vibration. Everything comes into alignment. And what is yours cannot miss you. It is literally impossible. And for a lot of people that don't necessarily believe in this hocus pocus and the more, for us, honestly, it's literally that, because you can only receive what you believe. You literally can only receive what you believe, good, bad, or ugly. So it's a choice that we make every single day. And I'm gonna choose this good, okay? I'm just saying, it's working for me. And there's more in store. And that's the thing that sometimes people don't believe when things don't happen the way that they expect them to or want them to or as fast as they want them to. Listen, if you tap into faith, patience, and gratitude, there is nothing that will not come when it is divinely ordained, when it is divinely timed. And who are we ultimately to know and to expect it all to come right now or when it is that we say that it should? Especially when there's so much more in store. Why would we want it all now anyway? I'm tapping into harvesting, tapping into tending to your garden. At the end of the day, when you're tending to a garden, you see that, like right now, my dill is up already, but I'm still waiting for my dill and my peppermints up already. But I'm waiting for the basil to get fully, there's certain things that will take a little bit longer, and that's nature. And you are nature. We're not a part of nature. We are nature. So why would it be any different for us? The same way we tap into that as above, so below energy. At the end of the day, there are times when, the stars are in a specific constellation, when the moon is in Taurus versus the sun, and it's all divinely ordained. And it is only going to come into this particular alignment when it is time. It is the exact same thing for us. Let it be. And again, just tap into faith and gratitude and patience and surrender and detachment and all of these things. And just give thanks in advance. Give thanks as if it's already here, because it is just a matter of time. And as long as you believe with your full self, with your full heart, that it is just a matter of time, then the time is going to fly. And then boom, there it is. And then there's more in store, because why wouldn't we want there to be more? What else would there be to look forward to if we get it all now, right? So just appreciate it. Appreciate the things taking time. Appreciate the practice of patience, ultimately, because that's just what's going to lead you to that much more. So let's tap in, because, oh my goodness, it was 222, y'all. 222. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me, Ashe. Because of the vibes. The vibes. Let's choose our card. Oh my goodness. High vibes only in this space. We can easily block and report trolls like I just did. Thank you, sister. I can't even keep up because I'm like, blah, blah, blah. First of all, I appreciate you. She on troll duty. Sister Tony Taylor on troll duty. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you, sister. I can't even keep up to do it for reals. Okay, so let's see what our message is this week. So for those who are new in the space, as I shuffle like this, I ask somebody to give me a stop top or a stop bottom, unless a single card, nope, that's not a single card, flies out, and then that's spirit choosing for us. But as I shuffle, somebody give me stop top, stop bottom, and whichever I see that will be the card that we choose, or that is chosen, so that we can get our message, our universal law for this week. And we tap into the universal laws. The true laws. No, that's not a single either. Anyone? Stop top, stop bottom. And when I see it, I will stop and then either choose the top if I see stop top, or we choose the bottom card if I see stop bottom. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I've been feeling Aaliyah's energy very, very strong lately. That was the melody of her. Let me know, let me know. Oh, let me know, let me know, let me know. Let me know what universal law we are tapping into this week. Come on, y'all, I see you here. Somebody, am I missing comments? Maybe I'm missing something. Stop top, stop bottom. Oh, nope, still not a single one. Spirit wants one of y'all to choose. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Usually everybody's waiting for somebody else to do it, because then when like 5 people do it at the same time, I'm like, oh, sorry, I can only choose one person. It's always the first one. Whichever I see first, that's what we'll choose. Nope. That was a flip out, but there was about 3 of them. It wasn't a single. Come on, y'all. I see you in the space. Give me a stop top or a stop bottom. Please and thank you. Although I love shuffling, so I ain't got no problems with this. I love shuffling. Like, I love being clairaudient and, clairvoyant and all the stuff and being able to read and interpret, but I could shuffle all day. I truly, truly love shuffling cards. And I'm working on a project that I'm going to be sharing hopefully in the next couple of weeks. That also includes an energy of words and alignment and manifestation and shuffling. Oh, all right, shy spirit got you, shy ones. We got a single card. And our universal law for this week is the law of reciprocity. Give without expecting anything in return. Whoop, there it is. When we tap into an energy of just doing because you can, showing up because you want to, not having any expectations, not having any demands, you'll always get it back. It is the law. Spirit sees all, and even if you don't get it back from the person that you gave it to, you will always get it back. And it's going to be more. There's not going to just be like, oh, a get back equally of what it is, especially when you give without expecting anything, you're always going to get back more. It's always going to be like a major ROI, major return on your investment. You cannot go wrong. I promise you that. So our declaration for a law of reciprocity is, I give without expecting anything in return. I give without expecting anything in return. I give without expecting anything in return. The very powerful thing about that, beyond just who is receiving it, I remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago that I tapped into the energy of paying it forward, but being the catalyst in terms of not just kind of giving what you were given, but to be the one to give first, just because. Because when you give and you're the catalyst in the giving, then you set off the energy of pay it forward. Then that person who just got is now going to have something to give. So you don't always want to wait to be the person that will pay something forward because you received it. You want to be the initiator. You want to be the manifester of this ripple effect of giving. Be the one to start it. Get that ball rolling. And when we tap into reciprocity, The other person is going to receive and they're going to get, and that's beautiful. But when you tap into just giving because you want to give, it is so liberating to not have this energy of, I want something in return, I deserve something in return. And it's so liberating when you don't get it and you're okay. Like, that is everything. To know that, you know what, I didn't expect anything. And then if you do get back, especially from the person you gave to and didn't expect it, the feeling is that much more appreciated, because it's kind of like, wow, I didn't even need that. I didn't even, oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying? So there's always more, again, that more in store, as I always talk about, there's always more that will come and find you when you give without any expectations, when you give with surrender, when you give with just your full heart and being like, I'm giving because I can, because it doesn't take anything from me to give. And it also is such an alignment of abundance when you realize that you have that much and that you're not losing anything to give, even if you don't get it back, especially if you don't get it back. That is what creates that boomerang effect of the abundance, of the avalanche of abundance finding its way to you. When you know that you got enough, that you can give it and there's no loss. Here you go. That's how much I got. It's yours. No problem. We good. You good. Here you go, with my whole heart. That sends such an incredible signal out to the universe, out to the creator of, okay, all right, let's give a little extra sprinkle. All right, we're gonna give him a little extra of that, because you gave without feeling like you were in any lack, in any scarcity, in any sense of, oh, but if I might not have enough. You are more than enough. You have more than enough. And the more you give with that alignment, with that energy, with that belief, the more you are going to receive. And from the powers that truly be, including you, you are going to put yourself in that alignment of incredible avalanche, again, that avalanche of abundance, because you know, yo, I got it. I got it. So why not give it? And the more that I give and the more that I have, the more that I can give. And that's the other thing, and why Spirit is going to continue to give you more, because people like that, people like us that will give without any expectation, deserve to have more, because Spirit knows that we're going to continue to give. And the more that we have, the more that we'll give. So you cannot go wrong. We tap into tending to our gardens and tapping into our friendships, and again, Taurus season. And again, that energy of offering and reverence and giving to the self as well, and making sure that you are restoring your soul and replenishing yourself. All of that is a part of it. Because again, the more that you are putting in, the more that you are tending to your soil, your soul, putting your souls on the soil to ground your soul, the more Spirit's going to be like, beautiful. Yeah, they're going to get more. Because the more they have, the more everybody is going to have. And you can't go wrong with that. So whatever you want, whatever you need, give it first. Share it first. And don't feel like there's going to be any lack in you giving it first. You will always get it back. I promise you that. So somebody give me the time. I'm going to read our angel number. But y'all shy today. I'm going to just choose the time because I want to go to my garden. It's 2:34, augmenting energy. Whenever y'all see 234, 123, 1234, 445, 456, for example, any numbers that go up, that's augmenting energy. That is rising into place energy. It's only up from here energy, climbing up the ladder energy, Jacob's ladder energy, the 33 vertebrae of Kundalini energy, all the way up energy. Tap in and say manifestations and say your affirmations and your declarations and all of that good stuff, and give yourself permission to receive everything that you are. Tap into the gratitude. Truly, truly, truly. 234. Let's see what our energy is for 234. Words matter. Align your thoughts. As you travel along your soul's journey, your angels ask you to align your thoughts and words for support. How does what you say match up to what you want? Journal about a moment recently when you said something that opposed what you actually wanted. Right off the top of this live, I was talking about the alignment between our words, our thoughts, our actions, and our words, our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions, right? When those four come into alignment, and as I call them, the four walls of manifestation, that is when our manifestation, the roof, can come down, and not just come down, but you want four equal solid walls, so the roof, that manifestation, could stay intact. You don't want it to be as fleeting as it came. You don't want it to just get uprooted. You don't want a wall to collapse because it's not as strong as the other one. And ultimately, the manifestation can't fully come if there's dissonance in the message that you're sending to the universe. So that is exactly confirmed here. So your words, your thoughts, your actions, your feelings, make sure that you are in check and checking on all of them and making sure that they come into alignment. And whatever's a little bit weak, if you're saying, yeah, this is how I feel about myself, but then inside you're really like, no, actually, I'm really a bit scared. Like I have imposter syndrome, and check it and make sure that you can kind of, again, build on that wall a little bit more, add a little bit of scaffold, do what needs to be done, tend to that wall, tend to that garden, so that you're making sure that everything comes into equal alignment, equal vibration, so that that manifestation, that roof can come down and stay up. You want it to stay up, right? Don't come crashing down on you. You're not having that. So that's it, y'all. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you as always. And if I don't see you this Friday in person, if you're in Brooklyn, that would be great. But if not, I will see you here Tuesday tea at 2. I've taken a few weeks off from the Sunday lives for the rising signs because I've been in my alignments on Sunday seem to be very, very powerful, and especially through this solar return energy, Taurus season energy, this new moon that I had, I was really tending to my garden while I was literally tending to a garden. So I have just been infused and loving every second of it. So it's important, especially when you do work for community and you're out and you're speaking and singing and all of the things that I do in regards to sacred service, to know when it's time to just pour into me so that I can continue to pour into you. We've got to fill up our own cup and let others drink of the overflow. So I have been in the mode to increase that overflow so that y'all could get it, So I appreciate you. I am grateful. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. And in the meantime, and in between time, lest we forget, time to get back to natural. Peace.